Hello guys, Nigel here. Welcome to the channel, or welcome back if it's not your first visit. Thanks for tuning in. What have we got for you today? This is another, I say another because I've just done a review of the Revell / Zvezda Topol. This is another 72nd scale truck based on the Maz chassis, the Maz 543. And basically, yeah, it's a 72nd scale kit. Part number is UA72095 and it's from Modelcollect, and it's a Russian 54K6E Baikal Air Defense Command Post, and as far as I'm aware this is used alongside the S300s and S400s as the way of picking up the incoming aircraft or whatever and directing their missiles for them. So looking around the box, I got this from Amazon. It looks like it came from Germany because it's got a sticker on here which is covering the English writing, even though it's got German there. So, and it's saying not recommended for children under 15 years old, and it's saying 14 years old here, so I don't know. So yeah, we've covered up the English there, so I can't read what it says in English. And then we've got another sticker there with a different barcode. And then we've got some just another picture of it and telling you where Modelcollect are. So yeah, they're a great little company, Modelcollect. They make a great series of Russian and German vehicles, and there's some what if stuff as well. They also do the B-52 range. They do the B-2 bomber, and they're also about to bring out a B-1, I believe. Kits have got their issues, but Modelcollect are a very new company. And one thing I will say, if you know my videos, you'll know that I do give Lee a shout out from from time to time, because one thing I will say about them, they will listen to the model. The B-52 came out, it had its issues, people complained, the issues were dealt with. They've still got some issues. Apparently the D model is going to be a completely new tooling, so so we shall see. So what do we get inside this box? It's a lovely lovely solid box with some lovely artwork on the front, got a whole sort of quality feel to it, and the box is 33 by 23 centimeters. So what we've got in here, we've got a bag of sprues, just the one bag. We've got a bag of tires, which look very nice. Our clear sprue there in an unopened and unsealed bag, unusually. A sheet of decals, a couple of small sheets of photo etch, and then we've got our instruction manual in the bottom. So let's have a look through the instruction manual first. Just want to check we haven't got any glossy reflections on here. Nope, we're fine. No, we're not. Let's move the light. There we go. That's a bit better. So starts off, we've got some history about the thing and some facts about it. Yes, I was right. S300 guard is one of the most potent anti-aircraft currently fielded. Blah, 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 blah. So I'll leave that there. You can, I'll bring it up so you can focus in on it, and then you can have a read of that at your leisure. You can pause it there and have a read. So I haven't read that. I haven't actually seen that on the front of there. So I had a quick look on Wikipedia and see what I could see, but didn't find much out. So straight away we've got our sprue callouts here, so it's not that many parts compared to the Topol we just looked at, but we have got photo etch, we've got some lovely rubber tyres, and it looks like they've actually got writing on them. Clear sprue there. So straight into the instructions, we're starting off with the engine. We've got 72nd scale engine in here, guys, quite incredible. And then we've got some differentials, is this, or some suspension units being built up. It looks like differentials. And then we've got some more differential units here. We've got transfer case, and then there's our main transmission by the look of things. Wow. So yeah, this is basically a scaled down trumpeter kit by the look of it. So putting all the chassis together here, we've got a very, very complicated bit of assembly going on here. You need to really have your wits about you with that one to see where everything goes. And then we've got building into our suspension here. So we've got suspension arms, and it's showing us the angles and everything that everything should be at. You have to take your time here, guys, and make sure it's all correct, and then make sure you get A1, A2, A3, A4 in the correct place. This is the same as the main kit and everything. Make sure you get them in the right place on the chassis, or your steering arms won't be in the right place, and you need to make sure that your shock absorber is on the right side and everything like that. So make sure when you do these you keep them labelled, put them in a pot or something, or mark them A1, A2, A3, A4 so that you know where they go. Then we're going to assemble our fuel tanks here, add some steering arms and the bash plates to the bottom of the diffs going on there, and then we're going to add our wheels and tyres, and then the actual main floor of the big radio room on the back. I'll call it radio room, it's probably got another name. And then we're going to add the front, back and sides, add the roof, and then we've got door there, a rear panel there, we've got another rear panel here with a grille in it, another door. I wonder if anybody's done an interior of this. That'd be quite interesting to have the door open, look inside and see some interior. Then we've got some toolboxes going on here onto a shelf. Then we're adding the actual main antenna. It looks like we don't get an option to have the antenna in the lowered position, which is a shame because that is how I would want it, I think. We'll see. Then we've got our cab going in here. Notice also one thing that is a bit of a downer with Modelcollect, there's no colour callouts in here. So you have to do some research on that, but I think this is like a minty green colour inside. Then we've got our photo etch mesh going on there, which is a nice touch. Windows going in from the outside, which again is a nice touch. It means you can paint everything first. And then we've got these windows, they go in from the inside on the doors, but you could always leave the doors until later. We've got photo etched windscreen wiper by the look of it, which is a nice touch. Then we're going to add the cab to the chassis. We've got photo etched grille to go behind that grille, so my god. And then we've got the bash plate going on the front there. And then we're straight into our colour schemes. So we've got a doesn't actually tell us what they are, just gives us a green one, there's a green and beige one, and there's one with all different colours on it. So again, you need to do the research to see what they are. Colours are all called out in MIG ammo, so you'll have to do some cross-reference in there as well. But basically, when I build this, I will be doing that one, just basic green, I think. And I'm not sure here, we'll have to do, again, have to do research. I think you'll find this chassis should be black. I think the chassis and the wheels should be black, and everything else will be green. I think that's how generally Russian vehicles are. So there we go. So that's our instructions to start with. So let's have a look at some of this. We've got a couple of photo etch frets here, which are very small, as you can see in my hand. So we've got there we go. I'll get them closer to the camera so you can see. There's some nice detail on them. There's some mesh grills. Obviously that looks like it's the frame that goes over the light on the top, or it might be part of the antenna. And that's going to be part of the antenna there as well by the look of things. Yeah, that looks like it probably is the frame that goes over the light on top of the cab. So that's going to look amazing when it's in place. And we've got a decal sheet here. I won't bother getting it out. What we've got here is some different registration plates from different countries, obviously. And then we've got our serial numbers there we can use for different things. So yeah, again, you have to do research to see what those registration plates are to make sure you put them on the correct model. Clear parts here, obviously in an unsealed bag, and yeah, they are clear. Wow, they are very clear. My parts were actually out of the bag when I opened the box, so that one's got some very slight scratching on it, but it's nothing that won't polish out, I'm sure. But they're you can see there, they're lovely. They've got a bit of a texture, not a texture, a bit of a wavy surface to them, but they're very clear nonetheless. So yeah, really nice. Get those straight back in their bag to save them getting damaged. And let's remember to put some tape or something on there to seal that up. And then we've got our lovely tyres here, which are very nice indeed by the look of it. So yeah, if you remember, those Revell tyres were very flat sided. These aren't, they have the bit of the round form to them, and they do indeed have writing on them. So let's give you a close up on there. You can see we've actually got some writing on there, and a manufacturer's logo as well, so that's really nice for 70-second scale. And then we've got the tyre tread there. There is a seam around the middle, but that shouldn't be too difficult to get rid of. And yeah, very, very nice indeed. Tyre lettering is only on one side by the look of it. No, it isn't, it's on both. Wow. Impressive stuff. There's even 35th scale kits out that don't have that. So I'm impressed with those tyres. I might have to take a resin, make a resin mould of them and then use them on the other one. So we've got a bag here which looks like it's going to be, yes it is, it's a resealable bag. So cover your ears, everyone. Try and do that quietly, it's impossible. So get these out of this bag. Here we go, we've got all our parts here in front of us now. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sprues and a cab. So let's have a look at the cab first. Now, some of the MAS 543s had twin cabs, some had the single, like the Smirch and everything has a single. So obviously, depending what you buy, there's probably generic cabs. In fact, probably a lot of this kit is generic, because I know that Modelcollect make a whole series of these vehicles. But this cab looks very, very nice. As I mentioned in the Topo review, if you are building one of these cabs are actually fiberglass. So if you're going to start adding rust and stuff, be a bit careful. Front grille there, which you can't actually see through, but I'm guessing you could sand away from behind. But they give you that photo etch. I noticed that photo etch mesh to go over the radiator, and then you've got a solid grille, so never mind. We've got a photo etch mesh to go over there, I know that. So that's the air intake on the side. So yeah, very, very nice indeed. I'll give you some close-up view of that. Some lovely detail on there. Nice rivet detail, side light detail, and lovely detail on the top. Obviously slide moulded. So yeah, really nice in one piece. And then straight in here we've got this is the bit that's going to be particular to this kit, and this is the main radio room. So we've got door openings on the side. It would be lovely to have a door open and be able to look inside, wouldn't it? We've got some mesh here, some grills which go on the front and back on the sides of these end panels, and then we've got our doors here, and then there's our antenna extended, and here's something else here which is that maybe the antenna lowered? I'm not sure. No, that piece there holds the radio mast, which is this bit here, and then you've got an antenna going up as well. So the radar mast, sorry. So yeah, very nice. And then here we've got our generic sprue by the look of it. This is going to be the generic sprue for the MAS 543 chassis. So we can see here we've got chassis rails, we've got a cab interior with the oxygen bottles there. We've got the, that's going to be the bash plate underneath the front. Then we've got, this is the cab floor, I believe. Yeah, you're not going to use one of these because you haven't got the double cabs. And then we've got our transmission here. That's our centre of our engine with the fuel injection unit there with all the outlets on it. Wow. And then we've got radiator, transmission. We've got some more bottles here. That's air tanks. Tiny, tiny steering wheel. And then we've got, what's that? That's a transmission mount by the look of it. Some prop shafts, mirrors, a transmission case or a diff or something. Exhausts. Or is that air intakes? I'm not sure. Then we've got the drives for the radiator fans there. And then we've got the radiator fans there built into the cover. So yeah, really impressive stuff. And there's the engine block parts there, or the cylinders should I say. There we go, have a look at that there. Some all very, very nice indeed. Really, really nice. Very, very crisply moulded as well. We've got some chassis detail there. And looking on the back, that's the outside of the chassis rails. Notice no ejector pin marks, which is nice. And there we go. So that's our generic sprue, and then here's another generic sprue. We get two of these, and this is going to be our wheels, some mud guards, doors, and all this is all going to be suspension components. We've got steering arms there, part there that looks like it's broken. Oh no, it's just come off the sprue, that's all. We've got our hubs here and everything. Now I'm looking here, all these hubs have got tiny holes in them, and then these arms have got tiny pins, so you may be able to just snap them together. And then this is how I build the 35th scales, is snap all that together, leave it all floppy, and then clamp the chassis down onto a block and let the suspension hang down onto a board or something, or weight it down, and then glue it all in situ so that you get all 8 wheels touching. Because there's nothing worse than getting a kit like this and then you look at it and one of the wheels is up in the air. So yeah, nice door detail. That's the inside face, and then the outside face is there. Nice small sprue connecting points as well. Yeah, very, very nice wheel detail. You can see there. Inside of the door and the outside of the door. Lots and lots of lovely detail. Lots and lots of tiny parts. So as I say, another sprue there. It's just a mirror of that one. And then we've got two of these as well. Sprue E. And this is going to be toolboxes and fuel tanks, seats there, and then some tiny parts there. I don't know what they are. Lights by the look of it. So yeah, you see the nice detail on those toolboxes there. And there we have it, guys. And that is that. And that is the Modelcollect 1/72 scale Russian 5.4 K6E Baikal Air Defense Command Post. So thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you haven't subscribed already, hit that subscribe, give us a like, and I'll see you all soon. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.